According to QR code stickers, home economics was first introduced in the 1800s. These classes help girls prepare for the life on the farm with their families. Some of you might have heard of the word home economics class, also referred as family and consumer science class. Most people think that this is just a class for women to skip the general study classes and just cook all day. But there is much more to this class. These classes teach the fundamentals of being an adult, such as cooking, cleaning, budgeting, sewing, etc. Taking home economics in high school is more beneficial than learning at home because the school environment is more productive. Harvey stated, a lot of parents will work, a lot of parents don't have the skills, and a lot of parents don't really want to bring their children into their personal business. So they don't do that. But another thing I also found is that a lot of affluent families do so much for their kids that the kids are not even given the opportunity to learn how to cook. This is a disadvantage of being taught at home versus at school. The three advantages we're going to discuss being taught home economics at school versus at home are how to cook, budgeting, and prepping for a family. You may wonder, why is cooking essential in the class when they can easily learn it at home? Let's be honest here. Most people are getting lazier by the day. This is because it's easy access to fast food restaurants and frozen food. Today's economy, most couples in the home both work, and by the time they get home, they don't feel like cooking. These children aren't being taught how to cook at home. Where in the classroom, you're being taught and then you're being graded how good you did. Another huge advantage of being taught at school instead of home is always being provided with updated information. Scientists are always learning new things about our bodies, and these teachers can take this information and apply it to these students' lives. The biggest challenges for families, though, are how to balance a healthy, balanced meal and not spend a fortune on groceries. According to QR code stickers, a home economics class is the only course which helps the student get a handle of this skill. What other student can learn about coupons, organic foods, whole grains, and how to grocery shop if they aren't learning this at home? In addition to cooking, home economics teaches students how to budget. According to Maggot, understanding the flow of cash and the importance of saving and spending within your means seems simple, but putting into practice is tricky in the beginning. At home, parents aren't teaching these fundamentals. Some of them give their children an allowance, but don't teach them how to budget. Where when this is taught at school, they outline their income, their expenses, and their saving goals. According to Maggot, the school atmospheres would help students develop the mindset to think about the financial requirement to live within their current means and the consequences of not planning ahead. If these children aren't being taught how to cook and how to budget at home, how are they going to be able to prepare for a family? According to Callie, anybody can make a baby, but not everyone knows how to raise a child. Holman said, that's why child development classes are so important. In these home economic classes, some schools don't have enough money to have an infant simulator. These students would have to take these babies home over the weekend and bring them back and be graded on how well they did with the baby. Another quote that Callie stated in her article is, a lot of kids want to have babies, but this assignment makes you rethink. A lot of people aren't ready to have such a responsibility. Susan says it wakes you up. The only group of kids that would experience this before is if they had smaller siblings helping with their children, but even then, they're not in solely purpose like taking over that baby's responsibility. So this assignment helps influence the students practice safe sex, and also this teaches the responsibility that they were never aware of. You can already see the difference in people today. Many of them were handed everything either because their parents wanted them to have a better life than them, or both parents were working and due to the asthma spoiled them to make up for their guilt. This puts a large part of the blame on the parents, but it is true. In some cases, the children are unable to properly function when they're on their own, as they have never had anything to do with themselves before. According to Chris, there were other benefits, such as the students would learn social skills, how to speak with people with confidence, how self-confident to fill a job application, and how to approach a job interview. For these reasons and more, I believe they should continue home economics for our future children to learn the fundamentals so they know as adults how to do activities such as cooking, budgeting, and preparing for a family.